we try to stay adherent to something that looks like this is how Gollum sees the environment around him. When I joined the team, James, our art director, lead artist, showed me what his ideas for the overall style he was expecting to use.
And I'm responsible for how the game looks, basically finding the base vision for art and like the mood, setting the characters, how they dress, how they feel, and especially environment as well, how Middle-earth is supposed to look like and feel. And I'm managing outsourced artists, I'm managing the in-house artists.
Gollum is a character-based, story-driven adventure game.
We're making a third-person parkour action-adventure. I mean, the biggest challenge was that we're having 3 target audiences. We're having the people who watch the movies, we're having the people who read the books, and we're having the normal video game like audience. And we try to like focus on something that everybody likes. So we looked into the classic fantasy illustration before, like how could this game look like this, almost like fairy tale like look if we can get this translated into the game. On the other hand, Tolkien is really good at grounding things in reality, and that was something we wanted to push in there as well. When it comes to the art style, there's a lot coming from Daedalic, because we are trying to like put our own spin, like art-wise and visually, onto this story.
The game looks like that, respecting the whole lore, respecting everything that was already there, but the game looks like us.
The art style we are looking into right now is like, you could call it stylized realism or like fairy tale realism. We're going out and like we're really checking how nature works, like sometimes taking lots of pictures, trying to like get references back in.
The art style of creatures in our game are heavily influenced as well how Gollum may see them, as well as characters. Some looks more threatening or more friendly than others because just Gollum perceives them that way.
So when we started exploring graphical solutions for especially the environment, we tried to stay adherent to something that looked like this is how Gollum sees the environment around him.
Always give some distorted reality to what Gollum is seeing, basically.
I designed several creatures. Many of them I took it from concept, some of them I worked the 3D execution of the model, and with our creatures we try to stay as authentic as possible to the books. Whenever something is described, for example black squirrels or badgers, we really try to go with that. And when we invent something which might not be mentioned in the books, we still try to stick to something similar.
We're trying to like implement as many little details that Tolkien is describing. So we're like creating our own art style as close as we can to the source material that we are given.
I had the chance, the pleasure and honor of storyboarding some of the most feeling-intensive scenes in the game, and some of the mood from the Gollum character. He's the star of the game.
I mean, the most fascinating thing about the main character with Gollum is his personal development and his like split persona. We try to like distinguish Gollum and like make his animation just look more like a predator, and like Smeargle, he's basically gets bigger eyes, a friendlier demeanor, and he's basically trying to like make friends.
We also have Shelob in our game, the giant monster like Queen Spider.
We went through different iterations for the character. The first one was a kind of average-looking monster giant spider, kind of the everyday giant spider. And then we decided to try something completely different.
However, I think our Shelob is quite different from, for example, the movie version. She's much more slender, and I think she's a bit more female-like in this game.
But Shelob has a special place. Why? Because someone has to take the top spot, and she took mine, that's for sure.